Just a normal day, surely. One of the perks or detriments of being a business person is that everyone knows you, or you know everyone. You keep a watch on your rivals, you make friends with benefactors, boom, world is in your hand. Sometimes your success is based off where you go, and it's true that some places have more chances than others. One such place is Willow Creek. It's your typical suburban region, but it's got a hint of city life in it. In recent years, it had been undergoing some general renovations to bring the place up to more modern standards, so small businesses were starting to pop up left, right and centre. It was a fierce competition. All the new kids on the block wanting their business to stick out for people to notice. All the investors looking around to see what they could invest their hard-earned or bribed cash on. Little do some of those owners know that there are some investors who have keener eyes than most. Trade secret? The businesses that just get on with it are the most attractive ones. Simple, efficient, and doesn't bore you to sleep. That'd be how Taeyang would describe this small cafe he noticed on the block not far from where he lived. Funny thing was that the cafe was being run by Valentina Nadir, someone who was one of those love influencers on social media. Tay was not a fan of those kind of people, but Val seemed to actually mean what she said. It surprised him to see her running a cafe, but hey, there's only so much love preaching you can do until it begins to fall on deaf ears. He was impressed with how she could keep a level head. Between the dishes that needed washing to the shelves that needed restocking, there was never a dull moment. Despite this, Taeyang had the fortune of catching the last few moments of opening hours. It seemed to be going smoothly, but he could tell something was weighing on Val's mind. The way she was always double-checking the menu, her hurried tone when she spoke. Fate has a funny way of keeping your fingers in a jar you're certain you took them out of. He decided to wait until she'd finished her duties before asking anything. Hopefully she won't take offense. Sir? It's past closing time. Oh, I'm not just here to dine, if that's alright. I couldn't help but notice, is everything alright here? Yeah, certainly. You don't have to worry. I'm not a spy or anything. Chalk it up to a bad habit I have. Whew. I'm sorry. I'm just a little concerned, is all. Something you saw happen, or no? It's some more. She pulls out a couple of seats. Please sit. What's up? I've been running this joint for well over 2 months, and it's all going swimmingly. Then all of a sudden, I see these suits turn up. It was just one at first, and I thought nothing of it. But then another showed up, then another. Then they always seemed to hang around at the back. I had to turn them away one weekend because they were scaring the patrons away. Suits? Like government people or VIPs? Oh, nothing of the sort. That's the funny thing. I consulted businessmen and government men. They don't dress so plainly like that. And they seem to talk very hush-hush. Whenever anyone would walk past them or serve them, they'd stop talking immediately. I caught glimpses of their speeches a couple of times too. Mind me asking what they were talking about? Oh, it was along the lines of zeroing someone or recovering the contract for the higher-ups, corporate talk. I don't think that's corporate talk. Trust me, they'd be way more cryptic. I'd know, been around them too long myself. Do you think they're a gang? Are they trying to use my place for meetings and work? Could be nothing, could be something. If the last few months have taught me anything, is to expect the worst in situations like this. If it helps, I can look into this for you. I'll be so discreet you won't even notice. I feel bad leading on a stranger for this, but Lord, it would be such a help. I'm worried because my daughter likes to have a cake here when she gets back from school. I don't want anything to happen to her. Yeah, I get that. Alright, I'll see what I can dig up. Thank you so much. I don't know how to pay you for this. No need to pay me for this. Though I will ask you to be a little more vigilant going forward. Of course, Mr. Just call me Taeyang. Sure, thank you all the same. Val's face looked as if a weight had been lifted off her back when she shook Tae's hand. Gangs and punks could do their shady dealings wherever, but in a cafe where the lady's just trying to share her favorite food, come on, have some principles. At Tae's home. Another late night for the books. Ever since his stint in Ravenwood, Tay had noticed that late nights didn't knock him up like they used to. Not a bad thing in his books. It helped with his work quite a lot in actuality. Since he was awake and the heat wasn't letting up, he decided to take a quick shower and then review his records again. Venue in North Haven is being handled by someone else for now, so that can wait. This cafe is relatively new around here. It is already a hotspot for suspicious activity. Can't blame them. It's open, quiet, no one asking anything. But what do they want? Everything has its dark side, so why not Willow Creek, huh? Last I looked, didn't say anything to do with big names in the trade. Could it be because of Val's previous work? Seems very petty. But then there was a hag who wanted to be a cannibal, so nothing surprises me anymore. Still seems pretty extreme to me. Vandalizing the business would have been enough if they hated her influencing. But making deals or hits inside the actual business, that takes guts. Guess I'll need to sniff around more. God, my back is killing me. Not sure I'll get used to this humidity either. Stashing the books back where they were previously, Tay turned to finish up a few more records before getting some form of rest. Summer in the States was horribly different to summer in Tomarang. Bloomf! The hell was that? Yeah, there were a few trees with fruit on them, but ain't no fruit dropping like a box from the sky like that, and at such an early hour in the morning? If it was any quieter, Tay wouldn't have given it a second thought, but this warranted a look. The sun had begun to rise. Nice sight, but nothing seemed to be out of place. It was still quiet, bushes were untroubled, leaves were tidy, even the mailbox was untouched. Even checked the roof. Nothing. Such a loud noise was still unsettling, but nothing was evident. Tay shrugged and began to head back inside. Something gripped his elbow. It felt like a furnace and a volcano had a child. The searing heat was as if the sun itself had stopped by. Tay doesn't scare easily, but this almost made his soul jump out of him. Against all odds, he still had to turn around to see what the hell was gripping him so tight. Heat. He'd know that voice anywhere. Mikhail, what the hell? Why are you so hot? Breathe. Can't. Breathe. Vampires have been able to walk in the sun for ages now, so why Mikhail was suddenly like a parched animal was extremely concerning. Whoa, 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 easy man. Heat. Internal.